Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 map tour video. In this video I'll have a walk with you on the new Modhub map Polowa, a Polish map. And finally another map that speaks to me, that touches my heart, that makes me excited, that so that it stands out because of its love for the details, and it feels so realistic. And this map was made by the modder LeoLeo, and it's a map that is an original region in Poland, and the buildings are made like the buildings there, so he built all the buildings himself, which is already a very good accomplishment, I would say. And you will see, it's amazing. It's rather run down for my taste. No, usually I prefer it a little bit less run down, but it looks so good, so realistic, so alive somehow, that I even love this being run down on this map, and it makes me really excited. So let's go there. And I've been there already for my German map tour, and therefore it is not so surprising for me. I didn't have the time to go over all the map because it feels huge, and I think it is huge, and it will be a normal size map, I guess. And right now it's in Modhub, but only available for PC and Mac. I heard a rumor that it could maybe come for consoles as well, but at the moment not. And yeah, so this is full till the edges somehow, and lots and lots and lots of fields, really so many fields. And here is the village, and here is our farm. We can, as we are already here, we can have a look. And so we own quite some things. We own 3 farms that are our farms when we start as new farmer. Here this wood cost only 35,000. This is the main farm, I guess. It's 45,000. And here, a little bit away, it's another farm with cow barn and a chicken farm for 42,000. If you would start as a farm manager and you would need to buy it, or if you would play it as a multiplayer. So there are 3 different farms that are already equipped with buildings and such, and you can't buy the village areas, so there are a lot of decorative farms as well. And here we own this small field. It costs only 20,000 bucks, and this costs only 35,000. So there are a bazillion of very small fields that are cheap, but this, for example, is bigger. It's 180,000. Here we have a lake that we can't buy, and this is a rather large and irregular field. So I think there is something for every playing style. When you like more helper-friendly rectangular fields, you could use those. And if you prefer the large fields with a difficult irregular shape, then you could take this. This is even bigger. Yeah, and I think it should be easy to make one field out of all this, if you so wish. So, and we can start very, very small. This is only 14,000 bucks. And this? Oh, 7,700. I love it when there are fields that are very cheap and easy to buy. So if you start with really nothing, then you can buy something rather soon. And the landscape is rather flat but soft hills. So here it is higher and there it goes down a little bit. And that is something what I really appreciate when it's a rather flat landscape, that it has some ondulation, some tiny hills. That's what I love on the backroads county. And I found out that it's quite hilly in some parts, but the feeling is it's not a mountainous card, but rather not flat, but soft hills somehow. Only at some places the streets are rather steep. And here we have soft hills as well, and it's it's a rather flat landscape. We will see later. Oh, here we have something to find. So we can make a treasure hunt here. And here is a meadow. What is that? I'm curious. Oh, this looks so real somehow. And I guess we can't use this because this is an area that we can't buy. But here with this garden, I think in some days they will turn into brown plants, but right now they look marvelous. Yeah, and here we have a lot of deers, but this could be a wonderful cow barn. But I think it's not usable here. We are here. What is this? Point of selling grain, Waldemar. Okay, and this seems to be nothing. And we can't buy it. So it's just a huge meadow. And here, this is a selling station. Look! Here you can sell your stuff. It goes to this very old silos. And this is countryside. And here we have a boat in the middle of the meadow. Maybe sometimes when it rains it is full of water. But no, it's too high. The fields there on the other side would be full of water. And this seems to be a wood selling station. Yeah. Maybe in reality this village Polowa doesn't have those kinds of selling station, and as it is built from realism, he thought, oh, where to put the machine dealer and where to put this selling station, and he put it behind the village, in the middle of the greenery, this is the shop, the machinery store. But it's there. So, and this looks like a ruin. This is very adventurous. Yeah, it definitely is something like a ruin. And we are still in an area where we can't buy anything. It's only to enjoy what he did. And it must have been so much work. Even when I built houses in Blender with all the same textures and the same style and such, without many details, it takes me weeks and months. And this here, every house is full of very much details that parts of them very ugly, but a lot of work. This here, yeah, it is more difficult to let it look so run down and this ugly metal here. And so this is more work than to make a nice shed where everything is beautiful and wonderful wood and a nice roof and such. And this is much more work. And here they have an outdoor kitchen with a fridge. Oh, I think we made some passing. Jump over the fence. And here, what is that? Something. Let's see. Dealer, open vehicle options. This is the repair store, I guess. So this is the car dealer. Here you can repair your stuff, and there, down there, where we have been, you can buy the stuff. And such a lot of details. Maybe that's the reason why it's not out for consoles, because it is full and full and full of stuff. I guess he used every item that is available for decoration to make it a little bit messy, which is a lot of work and which is quite demanding for your hardware. Oh, this seems to be a farmer's garden. Yes, yes. There are lots of them here. Oh, and here? No, this is only a lawnmower. I thought it would be a treasure. And every house looks different. So he must have taken photos of every house of this village and working and working and working. It's so amazing. So here we are at our farms. We have 2 farms here and another farm at another place. And this here, wonderful way It's no walkway, driveway. So where you can go to your house and be very proud of what you accomplished because you're rich enough to afford such pavement, such exquisite road in front of your house. This will be the main house for the family, I guess. And they don't only own 2 little fields, or maybe the brother of the farmer has computer gaming startup and is earning a lot of money with his computer games, because in Poland they are very good programmers and they make such a lot of good games. A lot of the games that we play, mainly indie games, come from Poland or maybe Czech Republic is, I think it's the English name for it. But a lot of them are from Poland. And then he could, together with his brother, he could afford to build this house with this very, very nice road up and down the house. This is only for walking. Very modern and chic. Look here. This is the best looking house in the whole village. Yeah, and there we come to the main farm, and I guess this was the old farm where the boys have grown up and now only the granny and grandpa still live, and this is for the young families because they are richer now. And I don't think they became rich because of the 2 small fields that they own. Therefore, I think the brother owns a computer gaming enterprise. So, okay, here we have a Zetor tractor made in this region. And here, this is a silo. Imagine, a silo. And here we have this technical stuff with the grain blower. And this must have been a pigsty in former times. And I remember from my childhood when I was at a farm where they had pigs. They lived in such concrete boxes with doors here. Yeah, and it was a very sad life somehow. And so this is no more pigsty now. This is for storing stuff. So they used the old pig barn. And here we have cow barn. And the cows can only roam here. We don't have a meadow for them. Maybe I'll just buy some to show you. Let's buy cheap ones. Let's say 10. We can buy 40, which is quite a lot for such a small barn. Yeah, and they definitely need straw there. And it's not such a happy life. But to be tied with their heads to the fence, that would be even worse. In my childhood, they always kept the cows tied to the fence, and they couldn't move at all. And that was they thought it's normal, it's the way it should be. And yeah, luckily they changed a lot. So cows have a happier life now. Ah yeah, this is another door. And this is modern. They have a milking robot. Yeah, and I think in reality, in good days or in summertime, they would be brought out, at least in the daytime, and they would have a meadow here where they could eat, and in the night they would have been brought back. And then, yeah, from milking and so. Yeah, and here we have fields. We can't look over it, but if I go here, we have trailer and Fendt Favorit. So the normal stuff, and now we get a wonderful overview. Look, the impression is flat, the big impression, and you only see very, very, very tiny hills. But if you go there and stand here, you see there are indeed hills. And I like this. I like this such a lot when this a flat landscape isn't totally flat. And yeah, I say this rather often somehow. Maybe because there are a lot of maps out that are really flat like a piece of paper. And yeah, so this doesn't give me a homey feeling somehow. And when the landscape is like that, I feel like we have landscape, it's nature, it's farmland, it's countryside, and so it feels real for me. I don't mean realistic, because maybe it isn't realistic, but it feels real. Yeah, and so we don't have much mountains, or no mountains at all there in the far distance. You have the impression of very wide landscape that is not flat like a paper. And here you see the fields. Parts of them are very, very small and parts are more medium-sized. I think this is ours. Yeah, this very small one is ours, and another one here. But they are cheap to buy. Oh, and here we have another silo. So we have several silos. And here we have more equipment. So I would say it's nothing special, but you know, most of the stuff that you need. And this is a chicken coop. And then we have this other farm. So here this looks quite new and modern. So this farmer has quite some money, but not enough to make everything look new and perfect. So this is more an old building. They kept the old buildings and added some newer buildings. And here is the other farm. Oh, here is the entrance, or one entrance. Okay, and with the bicycle. And here, this is a much poorer farm. And Yeah, this house is poorer. Definitely. And but here we have... Oh, okay. Ah, this is a silo. Okay, okay. Interesting silos. And here... Small pigsty. Oh, yeah, we have pigsty here. Okay, so those pigs don't have such a sad life. They can roam around, but they don't have a place to go outside, which is medium sad, but it's better than the other one, the old one. And look how, yeah, this mixed stones and no money for buying the plaster to make it look nicer. And everywhere this mixed stones. But a big hall. And here. Okay, you can go there. And there is something very special here. Look, this. This is for the manure. And this is a manure crane. And you can sit inside and move it. Isn't it awesome? You could put it down and up. And then you can, with the R key, you can start the filling if there is manure. But I think it's so amazing here. Look, look. Let's see whether... Here. No. It's awesome. So now I'm still inside the machine. So now I want to go to the lake. This is not so far away. And then I want to go to the third farm, maybe with one of the tractors. And then the German tour took me more than 1 hour because there is so much to find and to discover, and somehow he changed the textures of the trees. But until now I couldn't say, okay, this is the change texture. Maybe I would need to go there longer. So I think this is the lowest place, and here? Maybe this is a dried little creek? But here it goes up. So it is not delivering to the lake, but rather draining the lake. Oh, and here. Oh, look. This looks very alive. All plants. Full of plants. Yeah, how it is in a lake like that. And there we have something like a recreational area. And I must admit, I saw the images on the... What is this? I saw this before. Okay, this is here now, and is there another one? Yes, there is another one. I missed it. Ooh! Okay. What is it? It's very interesting. And I have no idea what this could be. If there would be streaming water, I would say this is used for producing electricity. But are there electric... you can't go underneath. Very, very interesting. And somehow this lake doesn't look so much like very streaming water. And here is another one of these mysterious thingies. Very mysterious. Yeah, so what I was saying, when I saw this map at Modhub, I saw the buildings, the other buildings, and thought, oh, yeah, this looks interesting. And then I saw this, and I said, oh, I like it. So this is somehow from the images that I saw at Modhub, it was more or less this view that made me so curious about this map that I decided, okay, I take the time. Oh, and my other videos have to wait, and I want to have a look at this map. Yeah, and I'm absolutely not disappointed. I love this map. Even if usually I'm not so much into run-down stuff so much. But I admire the work that is behind this, and it gives me this real feeling. And yeah, I say real and not realistic, because this realistic is something more, I think it's something different, this realistic that is used by realism players and so. And I guess it has a lot in common, this my feeling of real and this realism playing. And but this here is my real feeling is a totally emotional thing, and it has nothing to do with realistic farming. You know what I mean? So what is this? Store Polowa. Ah, I understand. Grill. Okay, that is the only word I understand. Yeah, maybe this is here Lake of Pulover, and you can grill here. Yeah. He must have spent so many hours doing this. So extremely. Look here. We have a selling station. And you can sell, I guess, strawberries and salad and lettuce and eggs, maybe more. Oh, look, look, look. Hi, mister. I remember him. Now, as I see him a second time, I remember him. There was another Polish map in FS19, and I was visiting it when I looked for a map where I could play a very old-fashioned let's play, a story let's play. And I think this guy sat at the bus station on this map. And I forgot the name of the other map, but it was a Polish map as well. And I think with this guy. And here. Just some stuff. Yeah, so maybe we just jump into a tractor. Oh, look, look, look. Here. It's not animated, but ooh, how nice. And very often they just stand like that. Okay, then they bend down and eat and search for frogs and such, but yeah, you see them really often just standing around and looking. And there is something colorful. What is this? Uwaga, Sakaskapiel. I don't speak Polish at all. No word. And therefore I can't read it. Oh, but this is clear. Don't throw into the water or on the meadow. And this, I think those are images taken from the original village, I guess. Or maybe from the map. Okay, let's jump into a tractor. We take this. Or we take the Z-Tor. Why not? So. But, oh, it is much newer than the Fendt Favorit, but it has only 40 kilometers per hour and the Fendt Favorit has 50. So now let's search for the best road, because yeah, in my other video about it I went through the creek. At least part of it. This is no road, this is the creek. So better, we are here now. Maybe we go left and then here. And I open the small map. Okay. And this is really standing out from the whole village. This expensive way to the house. So is this the road we wanna go? I guess yes. And now we get a nice overview over this rather flat but slightly hilly landscape. look how narrow some of those fields are. And as it is built from an original area, and as nearly all the Polish maps have those narrow fields very close together, I think it's just how they are. And in the 60s and 70s, and maybe even before, so now we have to have a look. Yeah, now left and then straight. We had something that is called Flurbereinigung in German. And Flurbereinigung means you clean all the fields, but not as you make them clean, but you... So in the beginning, maybe one farmer had this, and he had 4 sons, and then it was divided in 4 parts, and his sons had kids as well, and then they divided it even further, and therefore it got more and more divided, and now there are only stripes. And in most parts of Germany, in the last century, they said, oh no, this is not modern enough. This doesn't fit for the modern technical farming with bigger and bigger machines. It's much too much work if one have here a field and here a very fine field and then here a tiny and such. So let's bring them together again. So then here somehow everybody threw his farmland in a big pot and said, okay, I have 5 hectares, and then he was given 5 hectares in one piece, and the other one had 3 hectares and he was giving 3 hectares, but in one piece. So they was put together again. So therefore, in most parts of Germany, the fields are bigger than this. But I think before it must have been like that are very small, tiny stripes of fields. And I sadly don't know an English word for this. What is this? Oh. Somebody is working here, and you again. Or are you the brother of the other one? Maybe the brother. I would consider this map a real piece of art. And so much love for the details, all this. And it has a totally different feeling to, for example, to my maps, where I have no fantasy map, but from the landscape is taken from my fantasy, and I imagine the village, and I imagine how the details are, and I have places where you can go and have a grill as well, but it looks different because it's not from the reality, and it's more like an imaginary bucolic place, and this is the real feeling. And so much work. It's just incredible. Okay, here they say this private terrain, no trespassing. And here we have another cow barn. We can go there. I guess yes. Here. Can we go inside? Ooh, no, we take the other door. But look, this is very old-fashioned. This is how the cows were tied to the fence. But very often, not everywhere, not in winter, but in summertime, it was normal when you had the cow barn where you tied or tether the cows to the fence, and every cow has to stand here and there and there. So one niche per cow somehow. In summertime or in the daytime, they could go outside. So not every barn that had this was very cruel for the animals, because it was much more common to have a pasture as well, where the cows spent the days and the summer, and then in the evening they were brought here and then they were milked, and in the next morning they were brought outside again. And only in wintertime they had to stay all the day in such small barns. And this is made less and less. So I think there are still some farmers in Germany that have the barn for the cows like that, but usually it's only allowed if the cows can go outside, so you bring them outside and they spend most of the day outside. And to have cows standing like this for their whole life is forbidden as far as I know. And so it is changed more and more. So, and then when I came here on my German walkthrough, I thought, oh no, the poor cows. And then I bought some cows. So yes, let's buy 10 cows. I wanted to see how they live in this sad barn, and there were no cows. Where are they? They are here. So they have a happy life. This sad cow barn is only for decoration, and if they want they can go there in the winter time, but not really in game. On this, yeah, it goes until here, and this is not part of the meadow. That's okay. Yeah, so they can have a happy life outside. And I'm very relieved about this. And this here is another silo. Imagine, it's a silo. Yeah, a virtual cellar for storage. And then I guess here is another silo with a grain blower, and this looks more modern. This hasn't been an old pigsty. And here is another farmhouse So for me, this looks rather modern, all of this. Not as elegant as the main farm, but new. And here you can store all your vehicles and you can play chess. And let's buy some chickens. So this is a little bit difficult here because the sign is not where we have the trigger for the animal dealer stuff, the animal dialogue. And here, so this door you can't open. I think this would be the house for the chickens. But the chickens, they live here all over the place. And here. Here we have another place for storage. So this is quite okay for all your vehicles. Yeah. And then, when you look at the map, this is all overcrowded. And here you can see this part is ours. And this here can't be bought, but there were symbols, selling stations. And let's go over there. So somehow it is quite a nifty area where you have a farm. Okay. Yeah, we could go there. And a lot of selling stations for quite some things. I think here you can sell your grain stuff and... Okay. Very interesting. Oops. And here you can sell potatoes. First I thought it was sugar beets, but maybe you can sell both. Maybe here you can buy or maybe not. Maybe it's just decorative, but here you can get some nice little toys. And here this looks like a barn. And can we go inside? Here is for lime and stones, so to sell stones and to buy lime. And there is the official animal dealer. Here. And now let's have a look at all the selling stations. Okay, for grain it is, I think, where we are here, and this Waldemar where we have been in the beginning with this very old rusty silos. So not so many selling stations, but enough. Yeah, point of selling products. And here you can sell the eggs at Pond Polowa. This is the lake where we have been. Yeah. So you can sell all your stuff. Point of selling products. Let's have a look where it is. Take place. Oh, it is here. Yeah, so here you can sell all the products. Good. So this is maybe not a bad farm to start with. If you, yeah, when you play as new farmer, you own all 3 farms. But I think as multiplayer or when you start as farm manager, you have to think about where to start, and this is an interesting place. But it's at the edge of the map, so here it's the end of the map. And this is more in the center of the map. But it's a good place, I would say. Okay. Yeah, I would say that's it for this map tour. How do you like this map? And could you imagine to play on this map? I, for myself, could definitely imagine to play on this map. Not right now, because I have enough to do. And yeah, but I put it on the list of maps that I would like to discover. And yeah, even if I'm usually not so much into Polish maps, but somehow I fell in love with this map. It's wonderful. And yeah, the mapper is a real artist. And I could learn a lot from this, but some of the things I don't want to learn, but I see that they make a real art out of this map. Okay, yeah. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.